Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. As you can see, we've had a delivery of our insulation, and this is for the underfloor heating. Even though we're miles away from getting the underfloor heating sorted, we're going to be using this insulation to pack up and help get the skylights up.
In our last video, you will have seen Reese install the tilts to our upstands.
The reason I had to add additional tilts to the upstands is because the original skylights we were getting already had a tilt built into them. Unfortunately, after we built the upstands, we found out that we couldn't get the skylights made that big. From there, I got quotes on flat glass and I had to add in the upstand tilt. In my search for a new skylight, I actually stumbled up on a website called Express Skylights. I emailed them the sizes of my two skylights and got a quote back within a day. I ended up speaking to a sales manager called Derek, who was incredibly helpful and discussed several options for the skylights. After several emails, we ended up going for the frameless flat skylight.
A few weeks had passed and it was finally time for the glass to be delivered and installed.
We opted for supply only as we were going to fit the skylights ourselves. I spoke with Dan from Flush Fit, who arranged for his team to come down and help install the skylights. Dan also supplied and helped install our bifolds on our office. The reason it took 4 of us to carry the skylights in is because they were 3.2 meters long and approximately 1100mm wide, and the overall weight for each one was roughly 125 to 130 kilos. As Dan and his team had already installed lots of these skylights before, I just followed their lead so we knew exactly what to do and get the skylights up easy as possible. Their overall cost for the 2 skylights including delivery came to around £2,750, which we thought was reasonably cheap compared to some of the other quotes we had, which were a lot higher.
Now the skylights were inside the property, we jumped up onto the scaffolding and started removing the insulation off the skylights so we could prep the area ready for the glass to be installed.
And as we started to trim back the rubber on the upstands, in true Welsh fashion, it started to rain.
So we had to cover up the skylights and wait for the rain to pass.
As we only had a few hours left of light, we needed to try and get these skylights in as soon as possible. After discussing a plan of action, we agreed on using glass suckers and ratchet straps to help us get the glass up. While setting up the glass suckers for the glass, I couldn't help but express my thoughts that the glass suckers would fail while lifting the glass. But Dan and his team reassured me that the suckers had a really good rating and suction and would do the job perfectly. Dan installed the suckers directly opposite each other, and we used ratchet straps thread through either handle of the suckers. From here, 2 of us went up onto the roof to grab either side of the ratchet straps, where we proceeded a test pull to make sure the suckers didn't fall off. Once we were happy that everything was secure, we proceeded with our plan of attack by using insulation to pack up the glass and keep lifting it up sheet by sheet. Once we were happy with the position of the skylight, we proceeded to lift the one end up and rested midway on the timber frame. Once we had composed ourselves, we proceeded to lift the skylight into a portrait position. From here, we repositioned the suckers to the bottom of the skylight. This then allowed us to rest the top end on the timber frame while lifting the bottom up and into position. Once we were ready to lift the glass into place, 4 of us went up onto the roof to assist with the lifting, and Dan stayed below to guide and help lift the glass upwards.
After we took the skylight up through the opening, it was installed on the other side. Now that this was done, we moved on to the second skylight.
Now that we had the first skylight up and had a system, we proceeded to bring in the other skylight and repeat the system once again.
For the second skylight install, I moved the GoPro up onto the roof so you could see what was going on. Each pull that the boys are doing is where I am placing the insulation sheet underneath the glass below.
Once we got the skylight up and in position, we realised that we needed to turn it around because of the sucker positions. Before we installed the skylights, we needed to make sure the upstands and the rubber was completely dry, free from water. Now that the upstands are ready, we use a product called Downpours 791 weatherproof sealant, as this was recommended to us by the skylight providers. For the skylights, we used 6 tubes per skylight to make sure we had a really good thick bed and to make sure there was going to be no leaks. The skylights are installed, as you can see. We're just having a quick clean up. We're going to grab some food, probably have some showers as well, and then we'll do an update of how the skylights look. So it's been a few days since we've installed the skylights. We've been busy doing some other things, but as you can see, there's loads of natural light coming through and it just looks amazing. We did have a bit of an issue the other day where I was in work and Natasha had a phone call to me and we had a bird stuck in here. We were trying to get out the skylight, so she'll insert that clip by here. A nice bit of nature inside our bungalow. So I'll take you over to the other skylight. It's pretty much the same, but as I said, lots of natural light coming in, which is brilliant, and we haven't even had the windows or doors installed yet. So the plan is to finish off these skylights is insulation in between the timbers. We're going to then ply or OSB board, stick in the strips for LED strips, and then it'll be plasterboarded and we have a bit of a feature light inside the light wells. So this skylight was purposely placed in this location because our kitchen is going to run across this back wall, and there's going to be about a 1200 gap which comes from about here, and then we're going to have an island, so we have a nice light through the walkway of the kitchen. I just think it's a nice touch. So we don't actually have any lights on at the moment, which is great, loads of natural light, but we will show you a clip of what it used to look like before we had the skylights in. So we'll take you guys up on the roof so we can have a look what they look like from outside. Right guys, so as you can see, we've got our skylights in. They're really big, 3.2 meters by 1200 wide. So as you can see, we've got 2 of them, both of them are sloped inwards to allow for all the water to disperse properly. Got a blue tint on it, and I believe this reflects the UV rays, allows light through, and it helps absorb some heat into the glass. So this unit is made up of an 8mm, I think it's a toughened or laminate glass on top. And as you can see inside, there is a metal spacer and it is a double glazed unit internally with a 6mm glass inside. So as always guys, if you've enjoyed this video, leave a comment and a like down below. If you haven't already, go subscribe, and we'll catch up with you guys in the next video where we hire an excavator, which we use to dig out all the internal floors, which is quite a fun job in itself. So hopefully you guys enjoy that video as well. I'll see you in the next one.